Hey, fabulous eighth graders. Here are your weekly video announcements for week 13, April 19th through the 25th. This week, we are looking at personal and national budgets. Sort of an interesting lesson. One announcement for those of you who are taking the forward exam, the first set of exams, which is literacy and math, are this Wednesday at your home school from 8:15 to noon. Your folks should have gotten information from KMS or Glacier about testing. If they haven't, or if you have questions, please reach out to the associate principal in your home school. We, as the fully virtual teachers, don't necessarily know all the answers to everything, so feel free to reach out to them. All right, so let's get into this week. This week you will be doing a quiz. What? I know we haven't had one in a while, but let's first look at what it is that you want to do to prepare for that quiz. All right, thing number one, there's a lot of vocabulary, so my slide deck really focuses on the vocabulary itself. So when you get into this, I might actually suggest doing the slide deck first, looking at it and pulling out the key information that might be useful for you. So once you get that done, then it's easy to tackle the questions that are here. And I tried to put questions that weren't super in depth or a heavy lift. I tried to weed through. Some of it's pretty old, so I tried to get rid of those things. So things like, why would an individual or household want to create and follow a budget? So you can see we're looking at tab 2 here. Oops. And so you can see it talks about the advantages, what a budget might look like. Tab 3, you're asked whether you can budget or not. This is a pretty interesting exercise for you to go through. It looks at the steps of budgeting and then gets into how you would choose. And they make some assumptions here, but I'm going to complete some job training after high school. They give you their guesstimate of what your earnings might be, and then after tax earnings, how much are you going to save? And so you're going to go through, and in the end, it's going to give you an analysis. There isn't one there for me yet because I didn't do all the things. But it's going to tell you sort of whether your budgeting makes sense, whether it works, or whether it doesn't work. And so I just asked you what the steps are to creating a budget, what were the biggest expenses, and what were some variable expenses, just to get you thinking about when you are doing your own budget, why that matters. And then why does the government budget? So it jumps ahead and talks about that, talks about deficit and surplus. This is just, if you do the vocabulary, you're fine. I didn't spend a lot of time on this. It's from 2010. Not that the numbers change a lot, but it does give you an idea of how the government budgets its money or fails to budget its money, depending on your opinion of that. And then it gets into a review. I didn't ask any questions for 6, 7, 8, 9 because I honestly didn't care for the way that it was written. So I didn't do that. This talks about national versus personal budget. I think it's a super awkward activity. And so again, I didn't ask you to do it. Recap, this might be beneficial if you want to just check before you take the quiz, make sure that you are ready to go. And the story in text template is not assigned and it is not extra credit. So with that, you're going to go ahead and tackle the quiz. And as always, you are welcome to use your notes when you take the quiz. All right, folks, I hope you have an amazing week this week, and I will see some of you on Wednesday. Be well.